Hey everybody, welcome to White Rabbit. Today we're getting back into a VR game, one that is recently come out pre-beta and will be coming out as a pre-beta release for everyone on March 20th. And that game is Ghosts of Tabor. This one was very interesting for me. How do I put this? I didn't really know what to say when I first started playing this game because honestly, it was quite difficult. But not difficult as in like the gameplay, but difficult to kind of deal with all of the bugs and the jankiness of it. I think part of that might be that I haven't done a lot of VR gaming recently. I've been doing more 2D gaming recently, but seeing this game, I definitely knew that I wanted to play it. So I hopped in and over the course of an hour or so playing, I was extremely frustrated with it. I did 2 sessions of this though. I did one on Saturday and I did the next one on Monday. Sunday, I actually did a whole recording of me ranting and just kind of shitting on this game after playing it on Saturday. But then I got rid of that and I said, you know what, I'm just going to chill out on it and I'm going to play it again and see how it goes. And there's actually an update to it. There was a couple bug fixes and they are actually doing a lot of bug fixes. Even some of the issues that you'll see on my Monday gameplay has already been resolved. So that's really cool. I honestly think that if you have a VR headset, whether it's Quest or one of the other kind of like Valve Index or something like that, that you should play it either way. I will say that the fidelity on it was not as great when I was playing on my Quest 2. I definitely had a better visual experience with the Index, but I think that's fairly common, obvious. I played on the Quest 2 via Airlink as well, though there was no real kind of visual latency there with that. It was mostly about the gunplay that I didn't enjoy. I think that's always a factor with the Quest 2 versus the Index, or really just I/O tracking versus tower tracking. I think that's always going to be an issue. Well, not always. Don't take that with a grain of salt. But I think that was the only major issues I had with that. Because, just a little bit of visual clarity and a little bit of issues kind of when I'm ADS, getting that controller really close to the headset. Because this game doesn't really have a lot of, it doesn't really have any calibration other than the fact that if you have, say, a sight on the rail of a particular weapon, you can move it forward or like closer to or further away. So I guess that is a little helpful, but there's no full kind of gun calibration in this game yet. I don't know if that's on the horizon. I haven't seen a roadmap for this, but if you work for Combat Waffle and you happen to see this video, please, reach out to me and let me know. Or if you happen to be on their Discord or someone in the know, please, as you go through this video, put comments and let me know, because I don't know a huge amount of this game. I'm very much so giving you my opinion as an experienced gamer and just first time jumping into this. Well, actually, let me adjust that. Not first time jumping into this, 2 times jumping into this. So I gave it, I think a full go, and I'm really glad I did, because I will tell you, by the end of playing this yesterday, I was in love. I actually love this game. It has a lot of faults. I mean, a lot of faults, but I don't think I would really, discount this game over them, to be honest. So listen, Combat Waffle, there's a few things that I think you definitely need to adjust on this. First one, the very first one, you need to talk to your lighting lead or your lighting soup and get that sorted out in this game. I do understand the grunginess, the kind of darkness of this, but it's in a lot of cases too much. It doesn't make sense to have so many light sources in a room and not have that room be lit properly according to those light sources. There should be no reason to have a small room with a single light source in the center of it and have every corner of that room be super dark. It doesn't make sense. And it makes the gameplay of this quite troublesome, I'm going to say. So, like, as an example, spawning in the underground garage, there's a couple of cases in there that you try to open them up, and it's just pitch black. Like, you've got nothing to go off of. And sure, I guess you could have a flashlight, and maybe that's what you're going for. You really want that kind of, like, reason to use a flashlight. But to me, it's just a little weird, like in a VR game, which is so much more like extra sensory than other kind of flat 2D games, you know, like to open up this crate. And I don't even know if it's open, to be honest. I'm like trying to find it. I've got to like duck around and like it pulls away so much from the point of the game, which is the kind of PvP, PvE looting whole structure. And then I'm sitting there like I can't even see this box. I'm trying to open it. It's just all really janky, and it to me totally pulls out the immersion because I'm more pissed off at it than everything because it's unlifelike. It's just non-simulation. So I definitely think that lighting in this game needs a total revamp, or needs to be looked at to make this a better experience. There's no reason things should be just pitch black. It's weird. It's weird. And then, yeah, as another example, just trying to open the boxes, I didn't have too much problem. There was a lot of certain, instances where, my hand would get caught on things or whatever. I did encounter another player in one of my raids that like couldn't open things at all. It was actually pretty funny watching him struggle to do it until I just stepped in and opened it in like one go. But yeah, there's so much getting caught on edges. Like in the first 30 seconds of playing in the like tutorial area with that huge like cable, I guess like winder or whatever, is that big like table kind of looking thing, which probably has like 12 edges on it, and as soon as you kind of like brush up against it and get to one of those edges, you just abruptly stop and you have to like joystick away from it or physically step away from it and then move, which is weird. Like the collision on this is super like strong, like character to environment. So that's just kind of weird in my opinion. And you should just kind of glance off of it. It should be an obstacle, not like a one of those fucking fly traps. It almost feels like I'm buzzing around and then just get stuck to this thing and I'm like, I guess I'll just be here forever and die. Yeah, I guess maybe that's I guess maybe that's a little dramatic, but that's who I am. Too fucking bad. But yeah, no, just this whole juxtaposition that I had on this game of like hating it and loving it, I think is very much a tell of the fact that you guys have a great game here. You have a great, not idea, I don't want to say you have a great idea because this is a ripoff of other games, but it's a really good ripoff. I'll give you that. You've got something cool, and I think there's a lot of polishing that needs to happen, and then I'll be really happy to be playing it. I'm gonna continue playing it, that's for sure. Yeah. Another thing you guys really need to fix is the whole tutorial system. So first time I went through this, the first thing I did was run up to the firing range to, play with the weapons, and directly kind of take a step back, and to the right of that is this little hallway that you go through that ends up taking you to the training part of the extraction, which I just did right after playing with the weapons, and it extracted me from the training area and put me into the base or hideout or whatever the hell you want to call it, which basically made it so that I got none of the other training. So when I tried to do the rest of the game, I had no idea what I was doing. Like I had no idea how to use the backpack, and I had no idea how to use the the ammunition whole creation system. There's so much of it that I was just like, what the fuck? Like, where was this explained? What the hell is going on? Do I have to watch this whole stupid orientation video? Like, fucking shoot me in the head. I don't want to do that. It almost made me drop the game. So you guys really need to work on the flow of the whole tutorial system. It's cool that you like drop us in there and have Duncan or whatever come on and tell us everything in a non-adjustable sense. Like that, I guess that's cool, but like second, like make that fucking hologram like audio adjustable. He just pops into my world and gives his fucking monologue, and I can't ignore it, I can't disable it, I can't stop it or rewind it if I need to listen to some other part. He just comes on and just tells me his whole fucking day and I'm just not, it's annoying. It's annoying. I'd like to be able to turn his audio level down. I'd like to be able to pause it or do something to interact with it so that it's more feasible to use it as a training system. Like the first thing I'm going to do is go up and play with the weapon and look at it and test it out. And by the time I'm paying attention to what he's saying again, he's already gone through half of this monologue and I have no idea what he said. And then I've got to like back up and then run up to it again to like start the whole thing? Or fuck me, if I need one piece of information that's at the end of his whole spiel, I've got to sit there and listen to the whole thing again? No, guys, you're gonna lose people. That's not a good tutorial setup. So I think that whole system needs to be looked at and maybe guided a little more, or just do something not so flimsy and just allow a little more adjustment or pace control from the user side, because I honestly, I just got annoyed at it. Yeah, the whole colored card things, it was weird. Like, I noticed them on the one table, the wooden table in the other room, the room with like the garden set up in it, but I didn't notice them in the first room that you spawn in. I don't know how the fuck that happened, to be honest, because they should be pretty obvious, but I didn't see them. I was like, ooh, coffee machine, I'm gonna play with that. And then orientation video, and me being totally bored of watching that. And then by the time I got through all of that, I was just like, I'm so bored, I want to do something, and then just running around with my head cut off, basically, is what happened. So I think your pacing there also needs to be worked on or guided or something. I think it's cool to have this like open world. In a way, it's an open world to just like throw people in, but I think you're going to end up in a bit of a Bone Labs scenario where some people are just not going to know what's going on. Hey, which is great as a content creator, because I can do tutorials, I guess, to get people to know how to play this game, and it's going to get a lot of views. But like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to make tutorial videos. I want to make videos of playing the game, and when I have to spend an hour and a half figuring out your system and your mechanics, then that's like an hour and a half of your game and people watching me play your game and just being frustrated with it. So I think if that's ironed out, that'd be a good idea. But I think I've gone onto another rant. All in all, congratulations, Combat Waffle. You guys have got a really good game. I'm going to keep playing the shit out of it. I'm also always going to be, constructive criticism. I'm always going to be a little harsh because I like the game. If I didn't like the game, honestly, I probably would have done my rant and then go, you know what, fuck these guys, and not done anything about it. But I do really like this game. I'm going to keep playing it. So I hope you guys listen, because I think it's a good idea. And yeah, I'm rooting for you guys. I really am. This game needs to be smooth. I've had so much fun playing it, and I can't wait to do some more videos on it, to be honest. Yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Please comment on what you think. I'd be happy to kind of have that discussion in the comments. Hopefully Combat Waffle sees this and maybe has feedback of their own. And yeah, anybody out there that's on the fence about playing this game, do it. And words from the wise, from somebody who did it, push through that first kind of experience, and I think you'll end up really enjoying this. But yeah, fully expect that weird shit's gonna happen, like you're going to pick up a gun and the magazine's just gonna fly out and disappear, or that, just expect weird shit's gonna happen, because it is a game that is, it's new. It's still it's pre-beta, so don't expect a hell of a lot out of it. But expect that you are going to have a good time, because after I got through, the ickiness of it, I did. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe, like, comment. I really appreciate it. And yeah, see you soon.